Hello everyone, my name is Sachin Maharaj,
And I'm Daniella Menendez.
and today we will be doing our model and analysis on the interrelationship between mood and behavior.
In biology, we learned about homeostasis, in which humans and other species regulate their internal environment to reach equilibrium with the external environment. For example, when you shiver, it's because you're cold. We humans actively change or maintain our mood to stay happy. We do this by stimulating ourselves with arousal or pleasure. For example, you go shopping, or you eat, you hang out with friends, you exercise, or you play music. The model equations used for this relationship capture how mood responds to behavior and how behaviors are chosen for mood improvement. Mood changes with time due to homeostasis. Generally, moods are always passing and they change over time, and they do not demand specific behaviors as emotions would. Mood is changed when a person behaves purposely to maintain their mood. Thus, behaviors change along with mood over time. The models identify the resources available for the current state a person is in. If there is a surplus of resources, then your mood will react differently than if there was a negative effect of resources. In other words, humans constantly seek comfort, and if we drift positively or negatively away from that comfort, then we will try to reach equilibrium. Here is our first model equation, which describes the active mood management. Alpha represents the innate rate of mood correction. It's how fast you're going to reach your natural state again. M hat is your natural mood level, where your body's mood is usually at. It differs per person. M of T is your mood state at the current moment. Um, Beta is the responsiveness of mood to behavior. Um, B of T is the current level of behavior that influences a person's mood state, and B hat is the baseline or natural level of behavior. So B of T um, can be, which is the current level of behavior that influences your mood, can be something like shopping or buying sweets or hearing your favorite song on the radio, something that will actively change your mood. B hat is the extent of that activity. How much ice cream are you eating? How much money are you spending when you go shopping? How much time are you taking? Um, a few things to note is that when your mood is less than your natural um, behavior or your natural mood, the absolute speed, your slope is slower, which means it's going to take a shorter amount of time to reach um, where you need to be. And another note to take is when behavior surpasses the baseline level, the slope has a rapid increase to your mood state. Overindulging can inhibit your behavior rather than stimulate your behavior. So there's going too far or doing just enough. Also, here is our first plot, which is just recording active mood management without the behavior equation. Um, so basically, if we were put into a scenario, let's say you're waiting in line to get your ice cream and someone decides to skip you, you're naturally going to be at let's say -2. And when your body is trying to reach homeostasis and equilibrium, it's going to have a fast slope to make up for that negative impact on you psychologically. And then it makes up for it and slowly reaches down into equilibrium.
Mood and behavior are interrelated as some persons will alter their behavior to influence the mood. As seen to the pain, as seen in the paint to the left, M star represents the ideal mood of the person, whereas MT, the function, represents the mood state. People would typically compare the mood now, MT, to what they want it to be, M star. Then they would make actions to regulate their behavior. The other term on the right refers to how the current behavior can shape behavioral adjustments. This goes back to homeostasis, as we can compare our adjustments in behavior to that very concept to bringing ourselves back to the state of equilibrium. It's important to note that every change and every alteration in behavior has consequences, whether it be negative or positive. If a behavior changes drastically, that could also mean a drastic change in mood. If less than normal behavioral action occurs, there could also be consequences. Therefore, in the equation, delta represents the propensity to correct behavior. That is, as mentioned in the academic article, higher the deviation, greater would be the intensity to correct this behavior. As seen in this graph here, we can go back to Daniella's example, where she mentioned that imagine if someone skips you in a line when you're going to get ice cream. Initially, you would be excited to get that ice cream, so that represents this little pique. But when that person decides to skip you, that brings a drastic change to your mood. But let's say you decide to stay calm about it and you get your ice cream. That eventually brings back your mood to a state of equilibrium, as to see as you can see right here, as the plateau is near zero. Now this is our Simulink block diagram, and here what we basically did is that this above here, this represents behavior, the differential equation for behavior, and this represents the differential equation for mood. Basically, we just set the initial conditions, as you can see, to -2 and +1 in each integrator, and we model the equation to suit. As you can see in the both plots here, we just basically put uh, both outputs onto one scope, and we got the combined graph here to show the plot of active mood management and dynamics of mood behavior. This is our reference to our academic article. So if you have any questions or anything that you want to look into further, you could always refer to this link over here. And that's it. If you have any questions, Daniela and I would be happy to help you. You can always put our email in the description. And yeah, thank you very much for listening.